Copyright 2017 Win Your Brand. All rights reserved. This video is subject to copyright owned by Win Your Brand. Any reproduction or republication of all or part of this video is expressly prohibited, unless Win Your Brand has explicitly granted its prior written consent. All other rights reserved.
Okay, welcome back. This is what all can I say?
Do you want to sponsor me and buy me some fancy pens?
Wow, it's a cotton candy?
Yeah, it's the marketing company.
I'll be right back.
I haven't seen a light up pen before, so
Wow.
I know. So if anyone wants to sponsor me and buy me some pens, I'm looking at you, by the way.
Sure. Okay. So, yeah. Okay, so today is a working session, so we should all of us work together on. The theme of today is planning. That's right. So we should be able to plan for the next 6 months with a more clarity plan for the next 90 days. And then I'll give you a little tool which is developed for good morning, which allows you to focus on how to achieve your plan. Okay, so before we plan, the first thing we have to figure out is what are the milestones you want to achieve, or the milestone can be product launch, can be customers acquisition. For sure, it's money related. So what is one or two milestones you would like to achieve in the next 90 days or more? And remember, our last session was actually planning, so people should be able to figure out or spell out what is the plan. So can you think about one milestone that you would like to achieve?
Just 2 workshop seminars in the next.
Just write them down, because what we'll do today is all of us will be like in a think tank. Each one of us will contribute to the other groups. If you feel any confidential stuff you shouldn't share, you must not share it. Yeah, if you have confidential stuff for your own, okay, I'm not responsible, okay? But the idea is to go with the plans and deadlines and few other stuff, so you can actually achieve what you want to do. And this also should line up with everything we do in the next weeks of education and working together. So it's a lineup. So can you write down 1 to 3 milestones that you'd like to achieve or see to happen within the next 90 days? And to answer my question, you should focus only on one business. Okay, Mike? You should only focus on one business. Don't confuse yourself.
No.
Okay. Yes, so you should focus on one business. So if you run, each one of us has at least 2 streams of businesses. Each one of us has something where he can make money right now. Most likely you are not happy and you want to quit. And we will have a plan for something which can create what we call it passive income. That's right. So each one of us has 2 activities at least. One where you pay the bill. That's right. And the second one is what you want to do as a plan. So this milestone should be along the program which you want to build it as a plan. If you want to select the other one, it's up to you. But you just need to pick up one milestone within a program. And if you're done, we can share. Daryl, you want to share?
Sure. First one, I put 2 workshop seminars, so I want to work on my workshop for entrepreneurs and professionals and have 2 seminars in the next 3 months in Calgary.
So it's only Okay, I'm confused.
Okay.
This is too many. Just we need one milestone.
Okay.
So the milestone will be what? Will be the workshop,
Workshop seminar.
and then you lead with it with the seminars.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
So the target is to have a workshop.
Yes.
The seminars are some activities. We'll talk about it later.
Exactly.
That's
Sorry.
you don't have to be sorry. Just
I'm number oriented.
yeah.
Too much
No.
sports. Yeah.
So you plan to have one workshop. Do you have timeline for this workshop? Like, do you have a tentative dates? Like,
No.
can you put some dates to it?
Yes.
So it's one milestone of a workshop, and you need to have.
Yeah, probably February, March.
Just write it down.
Yep, exactly.
Who else wants to share?
Hey, I want to create a muscle testing workshop for the 27th of February.
So it's muscle testing workshop for February
27th.
27th. Okay. This is just one milestone. You can have others as well, right? Do you want to share?
Yeah, a milestone would be to roll out roundtable meetings or roundtable workshops for the construction industry, a specific contractor, PCL, construction management.
Okay. So roundtable workshop. Great.
Roundtable workshops, they're lunch and learns.
Okay. That's good. Do you want to share?
She's my partner.
Yeah, but she can share also. She is entitled to have her own milestones.
I had her own opinion. I know her. You go on.
It's up to you. No pressure. But
Go ahead, Brenda.
I was only thinking about his, so give me a minute.
okay. Do you want to share?
Let's see.
For me, since I'm starting a new business, I'm an emotional intelligence trainer.
So what is the milestone?
My milestone is to be doing enough corporate presentations to make $5,000 by the end of the month.
Wow. By the end of the month?
Yes.
Oh, this is aggressive. Okay. January 31st, $5,000 from corporate presentations. One more question. How much a single presentation will be, or how much a single item will be? Like, this is the total, that's right? $5,000 is the total,
Yes.
that's right?
Yeah.
How much is the little one? Or
Look
the
at-
component, or the piece?
Well, they vary, right? It depends on the size of the presentation, but I would say the average would be about $1,000
So you target to have five
of these. Yeah.
5-time average of 1,000.
Yes.
Okay. So this is an example. Anybody can jump, by the way. I'm not.
That's always been a difficulty establishing what the number, what people are willing to pay is we don't know.
I understand, but when I know it's potential 5 to 1,000, I can pick up one for 5,000, or maybe half for 10,000, or I can pick. But this is an initial goal. We didn't say how we will achieve, how much we will achieve, but these are just in goal settings. What are the goals? So I like about this goal, it has flexibility here, it has flexibility here, and it's a little bit aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
And we can brainstorm. Any other goal settings?
Sorry,
Yes.
just to explain that a little further. If
You don't need to explain it.
No.
We will go through the whole cycle. We have 3 hours.
Not like that. I'm saying, like, if you want to get 8 hours of sleep, you work backwards. Like, what time do you want to get up? And then
Yeah.
8 hours before that, that's when you want to go to sleep. So that's
Yeah.
all you're saying.
Yeah. This is yes, sir.
I want to have 3 clear tax packages available to the online community by end of February.
So this is what I call it. You want to launch your online packages by end of February. That's right.
Not necessarily launch them, but make sure that they're well defined and,
Yeah.
and the videos are there and stuff like that. So.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. That's good. Any? No pressure. Any?
No, I'm piggybacking off of Lunch and Learn and trade show, which is kind of workshop-ish.
So what is the milestone for you?
lunch and learn.
For you, lunch and learn is not milestones. I know your business. Lunch and learns are ways
To achieve milestones.
to achieve milestones for you. So what, or even if you want to talk about lunch and learn, I don't have to impose my own ideas. I remember that. Okay. If you want to talk about lunch and learn for how many companies?
2,
For 2 companies, right? By when?
End of next week.
February 1st.
By January 31st.
Yeah.
Okay. Marcel, you wanna?
Website relaunched by January 15th.
Wow. I seen the stuff you're doing, man. It's great. The word is coming
Yeah.
back, and I love it. Website. Okay. By the way, you can take somebody else's milestones. By the way, like if you if you wanna build milestones like this, you can.
R&D, replicate and duplicate.
Yeah.
Rip off and duplicate.
Always like
Yeah. Okay, so this is the milestones.
Brenda.
Each one of you.
You going now?
Sure, I'll go.
Yeah.
Still with Claude is to get his website up and active by the end of January, along with a brochure design. So that means focused on content to get us to that position and messaging.
Okay. That's good. What's interesting is when I spoke here, I asked you to do it for 90 days. And this is always happening. Part of the discussions here is we have to be self-aware of what are we doing and what we do all the time. So I ask you, how long in terms of months 90 days is? 3 months, that's right. Majority of us start to select what?
1 month.
February 27, 31st. Actually, January 31st is not even a month. It's 24 days from today. Today is 6, that's right. And somebody was intelligent enough to pick up February 1st, and we modified it. So this is always happening. Whenever we start to make goals for 90 days, people will always try to look at much shorter goals. And then what will happen? The 90 days will come back, and they will never achieve anything. Okay? So this is just for you to be self-aware of what are you doing? Okay? Which means you did not answer the question. But we will start with your own milestones. The next step, it's a graph or a structure. So if I have here my own milestone with the date to it, that's right. What are the steps I do need to have in the back? So I will pick up Daryl 1. Daryl wants to have the workshop. That's right.
Yes.
You may want to have the website. You may want to have the lunch and learn. What are the steps which I should take it backward from this point? And this will come very relevant here, because when someone will come and say, I want to do the website, I want to do the marketing brochures, I want to do all of these things, it's great. Which one comes first?
Developing the content.
No, designing the program.
Right.
Because if you don't design the program, you cannot develop the content. Like I've been engaged with a couple of individuals over the break, and they were trying to do a website. And exactly the point where everything went apart from each other is when I asked the question, what are your services? How much and why people will pay you money? People don't understand that. Okay? Majority of us would like to have a website or a marketing material to a program which is not defined. The only one who said, I want to define my program, I said, yeah, you want to launch your program? He said, no, I want to have clarity on what this does it take, was Mike. He said, do you follow this logic?
Sure, yeah.
So he's the only one who said, yeah, no, I don't want to launch the three levels program. I want to have a specifics, what are, and define what specific service will be provided. Because before you go out, you have to tell people how you are making money from them, how they will pay you money, and for what reason.
So you have to
Speak your mind. Speak your mind.
No, it makes sense. So I always figured the money thing came after sort of the development.
The money in your pocket, yes, but the people to understand why they pay you money, no. Like the money in my pocket, yes, it takes effort, it takes convincing, it takes some time for people to understand. However, if I don't tell people how I am making money from them, what's my offer, they will not converge. Many of us will meet business coaches. What you do, business coaching. Then what? Nobody will offering you what they exactly want from you. You want you to sign for what? Life coaching is the same, by the way. People will say, would like to do life coaching. Okay. In what way? Does it make sense? It's exactly when somebody comes to you and say, can you develop to me a website? Do you have questions for them?
I do.
So what this question is doing?
Hopefully clarifying the messaging for the site.
Okay. And if they don't have these messages, what you will do?
Often it's asked of me to just build the structure for it, and they'll get to me with the content of
With the
it.
okay.
So there's an assumption that it should just kind of all magically happen and then work effectively as a sales tool, and it doesn't.
Because usually you don't know what are you selling. So each one of you has his own milestone. Can you take 10 minutes or so and ask yourself, what do I need to do to achieve this milestone? To give you examples, because I'm here to facilitate, I'm not here to give instructions on this particular topic. If someone will say, I would like to have 5 presentations to 5 companies, or I have 5 contracts to 5 companies at $1,000 each, it's great. How many, first of all, for one company to sign up, what do you need to do? You may want to say, I want to call the human resources, or I want to send an email to the human resources. And the consequent question will be is, what are the content of this email, and what is the dialogue of this talk or this call? Or he might want to say, I want to do a seminar and invite them for lunch and learn so they know about me. Or I will go hang around Meetup. I don't know where is our big Meetup fan here. He didn't come yet. But I want to go to Meetup to meet them. Or I want to go to networking event. So this is our examples of activities. And what we will do around the table today is we will go, each one of you will articulate the milestone again, and we try to brainstorm within like 2-3 minutes for each one of us. What are the milestones? If you don't have a website, if you don't have a marketing material, if you don't have a brochure, these are just some examples. Landing pages is one of them. And this will resonate with different people's brain, because I had so many side discussions with different individuals about things. So if you want to have it, you want to have landing page, you can have a landing page. You say, I would like to have a landing page here. If you want to say, I have a phone call, what are the phone numbers? If you want to say, I want to have a LinkedIn presence, you need to have a LinkedIn presence. So this is just ideas about what you can do. Okay, so can you take like five minutes or so and just go backward and say, what do you want? What are the steps? And if you did this before somewhere else, just bring it up. It's not is not reinventing the wheel every time. Marcel, as usual, you always have everything written. Huh? I'd like to know the German style. To run business, okay?
Color-coded binder.
Color binder, yeah.
Selects red, only then blue.
Meeting with clients?
That would be.
Who's calling here? It's Saturday morning.
It's a wrong number. Telemarketer.
Yep. It's just to become a very interesting market. Okay, so you want to share first, Mike?
What?
You want to share
My
what
process?
Yeah.
Um,
You take advantage, my friend, because basically you'll be the first one,
sure.
and we'll spend as long as we can, and then.
Okay, so my end goal would be to launch March 31st.
Okay.
February 28th is where the 3 clear packages are defined.
Okay.
And one of the targets I have right now is that the scope of the packages, the messages, contents, and ideas will be January 15th.
Okay.
And then the remainder of the time up to February 28th is content creation.
Okay. So the question for you will be, what do you need to set up the scope?
I've already got some ideas. To be the messages.
So what you want to consider to do, remember the product sheet we have?
Yep.
Can you fill this product sheet to each one of these?
Sure.
So you need, what you should do is, we have the product sheet.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Which has the advantage and the
4 quadrants,
features, yeah. So yeah, and it has a line like this. Remember, if you remember,
yeah.
So what you should do is you should fill 3 sheets
Okay.
of these different products by January 15.
Okay.
That's right, because this is where we have the first definition of the product.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
Are
Yes.
those product sheets available on your website again? I probably have them somewhere, but unless
First-
I steal them from Mr. Organized over there.
Remember, first copy is free. Second copy is
Oh, it's gonna cost me money.
free as well. Yeah, I can.
Product
I don't
sheets.
promise in the break, but by
No, that's fine.
yeah, I
can
have.
give
I
you
have.
next week or
No,
whatever.
I have them here. We can make. I can run copies.
Because I
Not a big deal.
probably have them somewhere.
But these product sheets, if we want to get organized, we should use these forms and these tools. If you start from a blank paper, there is a disaster or a risk. And the risk is I may not converge to a conclusion because I start with a blank paper. I can write whatever I like. Okay? If you're stuck and you need to have more questions, you can either contact me, email me, or bring them here on January 15 or on the next event. So you would like to fill these 3 product sheets, that's right?
Yeah.
The questions will be for you, the following question for you is, today is January 6th, and January 15 is actually coming Monday, not Monday after.
Yeah.
So what are the days where you will sit among all of your schedule of going behind the flames and I don't know why they win, man, because they keep you going there. And the hitmans and all of these people, when do you plan to have the first product sheet to be done? Is it Sunday afternoon? Is it next Monday? Remember, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah. First product sheets will probably be completed by tomorrow night.
By tomorrow night. So you have a deadline of Sunday, January 7th. If you can write this one down and say, this is my first product sheet. However, you will realize if you start and you really sit on Sunday of doing it, you may end up doing the whole 3 together. Because usually the first product and the second product will be something like this. The third product will be something like that. We are not doing products as islands. The minute you start to have your products as island, you are in the wrong business. Because nobody knows you in this market. And remember, people are one. Ignorant who need one product for one price for 1 year. So this is a one product. It's a multi-level product. It's a aluminum. I don't want to use platinum. I don't want to use silver. I use aluminum. Some other color names, okay? It can be silver, gold, platinum. It can be
Copper, brass, titanium.
whatever, Copper, brass, titanium is a good one. It can be small, medium, large. It doesn't matter, but you have to understand. I know someone will say, I have a residential offer and a commercial offer. I say, no, you have one offer, which is a low-rise elevator, that's right.
Yes.
That's right. As long as you offer one product, people will know you with this product. The minute you start to say, I'm doing this or that, like emotion intelligence is very good. You know what he's doing? Emotion intelligence. He can customize different layers of products. But if you start to see your products are islands, are isolated offers, there is an issue. I will take personally an issue with you because we have a hard time trying to push one product. So you are now trying to push 3 products. That's right. That's why it's very questionable when somebody say I'm a graphic designer and I'm graphic and website designers. Which one you are doing? Because usually there is a graphic designers and you meet people who are website designers. But when you do 3 things together, it will take a longer time to explain, and people are ignorant. That's right.
Right.
And the more you spend to explain what you want, what you do, the less time you spend with me on knowing what are my problems. And learn from the industry. Big companies, what they do. Every salesman has a very small scope of products, right? You have a guy who will sell one company or one sector of company, one product. And when the company have multiple products, what they will do? They will hire more than one salesman. But however, they will teach each salesman what? One product. It's automation. It's not automation and SCADA, by the way. It's either a SCADA or automation, because one is design, one is implementation. So this is what you have to you should consider when you talk about your milestone. Does it make sense to you? Because you are the first volunteer, so do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, the following question will be is, once you finish this product, what will be the second milestone? What will be the second one? Is to develop the website or to develop the content?
Content.
The content. So plan the content, that's right? On January 15, we have a workshop here on how we extract our authority, how we can build a bio or authority relevant to the program. And I will show you a few things. It's maybe the third time or the fourth time to run this particular workshop, but and it will be also recorded. If somebody cannot make it for Monday, we will have it recorded. So
What time on Monday?
it's 10 to 4. We are very standard, okay? Saturdays are 9 to noon. Usually we close by 1. And the Mondays is 10 to 4. Very standard. And it's every other Monday, Saturday. So there is no confusion. The only confusion was this was scheduled differently, but anyway. Okay, so we can talk about this. Okay. Any more questions? Any more feedback to Mike?
So those variations within that one offer can be delivery modes, or how you would put your product out, whether it's lunch or learn or online, or those.
Do I have to answer? I answered this question before. Okay. How you differentiate between different products? Usually by the features. That's right. So a product will have benefits, and we differentiate them by the features. And this is my own models and my own views. Okay, you may agree, or as usual, you learn the rules, which is my rule, by the way. Sorry to be arrogant here. This is my rule. Learn one rule and break it by changing it. Okay. So when I have features, different features, this is what will how will distinguish the small offer from the big offer from the bigger offer. Okay. So usually you can talk about 90 minutes or 60-minute seminar. And I define seminars up to 90 minutes. This is my own definition for seminars. When you talk about workshop usually from 3 hours up to 3 days. This is my own definition too. And you shall not do anything in workshops below 3 days, for a reason which we talked about when we talk about sales. There is a specific structure in the workshop which 3 days be a minimum if you are selling a program after. And 90 minutes are the best time to be able to sell this workshop. So when I say I have a seminar or a webinar, it doesn't matter, because it's a 60 to 90 minutes, that's right? The question will be, what are the other features? What other people are getting? Front seating is a feature.
What was that?
Front seating. Priority access is a feature, which drive what? VIP pricing, that's right? Do you agree?
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
Having what you call it, a conference bag it's a feature. Or having a workshop bag, which basically you can put some material in it. Having a workbook is a feature. So how you define this access? You define them based on features. And there are magic numbers. You have to have 3 plus 2 plus 2. If you have less than this, it doesn't work. So
3 plus 2 plus 2.
3 features
Oh,
plus 2 extra features.
plus 2 extra.
Yeah. And then we have also bonuses. If you remember the sheet, how does the product sheet look like? There are bonuses and extras and add-ons. All of these are different definition for the features. So you have the basic feature, you have the extra features, you have the bonus, and you have the add-on. And this has to drive a decision. Warranty is a feature. Retake is a feature. So if I summon somebody, I say, you know what? I will do an emotional training on you. However, if you got confused and you didn't find it to work, I guarantee you I will do you a free retake. Or I will work with your people at one-on-one. So I will do a group education. However, if it doesn't work for them, what you will do, my friend? You will give them a guarantee to do it one by one. This is our features. And we can articulate, because all of us are in the same business, more or less. We can brainstorm on all of these features and figure out which ones make sense, which one we should have. Does this answer your question? So when you talk about website development, what are the features? If you cannot articulate your features, you are not more or less than anybody else. So if somebody will say, I'm doing a website development, they say we develop 5 pages for $500. You know this magic number, 5 for 5?
No.
They do 5 pages for $500. You can say, I will give you up to maybe 20 high-end touch-based images. Maybe for the extra offer, I will give you a membership sign-up. Maybe here I will give you some blogs. If you cannot see it in this way, your business will never scale, your business will never grow. Nobody will understand what you are doing. You will always be done, oh, she's doing websites. What's special about it? Nobody can tell. You may come and say by the hour. Some people will say, I will spend 20 hours on your website, or I will spend maybe 25 hours on your website plus 5 hours on social media, or I will do 2 social media, here I will do 4.
Or a monthly package?
It doesn't matter, monthly package. So when you visualize your offer, it has to be modeled. It doesn't need to be like this in front of the customer.
You have to
But
be clear in your...
You have to be clear. I am a vision guy. I like images. Okay, and you can see like my drawings are very good, you know. I like images. I'm a vision guy. I like to see stuff laid out in imaging. I know many of us are audible. Some of us are kinesthetic. Some of us are dynamic visual or digital visual, what they say, as they call it. But I'm a guy who like to see stuff like that. What is a small offer? What is a big offer? What is the bigger offer? If you find out yourself, you define something completely island, means you run 2 businesses. So if I come and say, oh, you know what? But I can also do that. And I can also do that. You wanna have the same structure. I'm not forcing you to pick up one product to work with, but what I'm saying, if you start, you have one product, you commit to it, it will work. If you have so many, you will confuse everybody. And this is one good example. If you are selling this product, you don't go around and say, oh yeah, you know, working on this company for oil and gas, and oh, by the way, I'm also a business coach. It doesn't work. How many of you here will get coaching from somebody who has a different job? Or you question it a couple of times? Do you agree? If you agree on this principle, apply it toward your customers. Nobody knows who I am and what I'm doing till they get close to me. Everybody's putting my face with Win Your Brand. And they believe I'm one of these guys who don't have a brain. Okay? When they get close to me, they know more stuff about what I'm doing. And people see the dedication, so they are not confused with everything else I'm doing, because people see me 80% of the time doing that. Do you agree? Okay. Does this answer your question? Are you sure? You want to talk more? Okay. Now, let's pick up another volunteer who wants to share with us his next milestones.
So where are you going?
Yeah, you can.
Then I will. Okay. So deadline was for January 15. So it's going from January 8 to 15. January 8, layout of services.
You don't want to extend it out to 90 days?
Huh?
You don't want to extend it out to 90 days?
Let him go, let him go.
It's fine.
So he wants to do
just
it
wanna-
layout of services on January 8.
Yeah. 9, structure the page. 10, revise bio. 11, photos, graphics, and video. 12, create content based on.
You see this resolution of information, this is a daily activity. Okay? What else? Keep going. You have 13, 14, 15.
Prepare blog posts with headline photos, keywords, and bodies.
Okay?
Oops, what was 14? Social media implementation. 15th, revisions, and then going online.
What's your feedback, guys, to this plan?
It's fantastic.
I don't like it.
Why?
It's not 90 days.
I was gonna say he misses the 90-day milestone. by
Yeah, but
$1.
this is
You gotta-
a
you gotta set up your
This
rings.
is the end of my 90 days.
yeah, this is a micro resolution, which is supposed to be at the end of this day. Today, each one of you will walk away with a daily activity within a week. And if there are some days you cannot do stuff, you leave them blank. But this is the way I work, and this is the way winners and achiever operate.
It sustains the energy.
It sustains the energy. And by the way, if I am sick here, it doesn't matter. I know I have 2 more things I can push them here. But this is a plan which makes sure you don't come after 90 days and say, oh yeah, I have this idea. Like I have this ebook and I had this plan of doing workshops and I had these ideas. Okay, where is it? How many workshops did you make? Oh, I'm still working on it after 2 years, you know. This is the way people function. And if I have this plan and I don't have time to do the social media, or it's not my skill set, what I will do is I will give all the details to somebody in social media and I will follow up with them on by 14 or by 13, that's right?
Delegate.
Yeah, you can delegate.
And this is the end of 90 days. So I started with this in November, end of November.
Yeah. Okay?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's the work in progress.
Any feedback on this?
I had the structured pages before that. On the 8th, I had revised playbook. In addition to that.
Okay.
But that's, yeah.
So for the purpose of today, why don't you look at from today to the next 90 days? Like take it from the
It's
15
okay. It's
forward?
okay. We work with this framework. It doesn't matter. Like the purpose of today is to start from January 1st till end of March,
Right.
which is supposed to be 90 days. But he's in the end of his cycle, so we just have like this is the level which we should have in the next 90 days. Every day, because remember what we do is not our main stream of income today, or for majority of you. What I do is my main stream of income, so I don't do other than that right now. But I have distractions. Everything else is distraction. But for you, it's the opposite. If you look early here and you say, this is right now, it's a distraction to this. That's right. So if this is your main stream of income right now, and you try to build this plan to be to start a career shift or to make money, so when people get to fire you here, you still have living interest in life, you know. This is will be seen as distraction to this mainstream. People like me is the opposite. Everything else here is distraction to what I'm doing. So you must spend between 10 to 40 hours a week working on this plan. And this is the reason for you to be here, that's right? So where we schedule this 10 to 40 hours a week, based on time availability, we schedule them like this. Now, if he gets phone calls from his customers right now, what will happen? He got maybe a phone call on Tuesday, which is the 9th, from some customers who are paying him more money. What he will do? He will not do this. That's right. But now he is aware that he missed the structure. So either he will shift the plan, or he will try to combine this with 1 or 2 days. But you know where you stand. If we are whining people and people who complaining about things, we don't do these structures, because complainers don't do structures. They like to sit and complain. It's so difficult. They say, oh, it's so difficult. Starting a business is so difficult. What did you do? I was just thinking about it. Okay, where is your plans? I have no plans. How many of us heard these messages before?
Yeah. Even if you think a lot, put the thoughts on paper.
Yeah.
Then you can start working on those.
I always ask a few questions. What's your service? Who is buying it and why? And by the time people answering these 3 questions, they basically change their business plan.
That was lesson about 78 or 80, something like that, because I had all the ideas in my head, and it's interesting because they sound great in your head, and it's not until they get on paper that you can start to poke holes in it. And then even better is you can take your ideas that need poking holes in it, and then you can give it to some person, and they can poke more holes in it. And so the getting it on paper or getting it out of your head and on paper is extremely important, because it creates that clarity around whatever it is.
And you can get it on paper at no time, because you can record yourself on your phone while you are driving in the traffic light, or with some of our good friends, they have these systems in their cars. They can keep recording as long as their phone will have enough battery and enough. And then what we'll do, take the MP3 file, put it to VoiceBase. They will transcribe it for you for free, and that suddenly you have your thought written on a paper. Click file, print it on your printer, and you have a print out of your ideas. Read them again.
What's that program? VoiceBase?
It's a VoiceBase, yeah, voicebase.com. They give you $60 credit, and this will cover you for so long. So you shall not have any excuse not to document what's floating in your brain. Just record it. You can do voice notes. Yes, sir.
Just as an added advantage, which I've really appreciated in my experience, when you have thoughts in your head, one of the big worries is you're forgetting something. You're going to forget something. And so you repeat, and you're like, oh, I hope I don't forget. Get it down on paper. Then you don't have to worry about it. You can relax.
Yep. Okay, any more inputs for Marcel? Any more for volunteers? Jumping, guys, this is the only time we can discuss things. Here is our safe environment. Everybody's trying to help everybody else. So,
I have one that we're about to embark on. A crowdfunding campaign for a commercial elevator.
okay. Crowdfunding campaign.
Yep.
First thing, it's a good idea to make a crowdfunding campaign.
What's that?
It's a good idea to make a crowdfunding campaign.
Is it a good idea?
Yeah.
It's always a good idea if you can get free money.
Okay.
If you like the real short answer, yeah.
Okay. So what is the plan?
So the plan from today
Yeah.
is a collaboration meeting with the gentleman that is so on January 10th is a meeting with me and Conseil Convergex. That's the name of his company. The end goal is February. I've put down as February 15th. That would be what I envision our kickoff date being for the actual crowdfunding, where we upload it onto the site.
Okay.
So that's the start of the campaign.
Okay.
So January 10th is a collaboration meeting where I get him to explain. He's an economics major, and his Convergex is basically an economics business facilitator, much like you guys are with businesses. He's a economics person, and so he has the reasons behind the advantages to how an elevator can help society and the benefits that will help the community, and that is the avenue of what the crowdfunding campaign is for.
Okay.
Is a betterment of.
So the funding is for the
So we have a
distribution of your elevators.
to a single location. So the first task, which we've already mostly accomplished, we believe, is to find a location that is suitable, that meets the criteria that he has set out, that would have the advantage, that the public would see the advantage to want them to contribute to the campaign. So that was the
Can
first
we back
location.
up
So-
and just give me the overview, like what is the elevator all about?
Right. So the first task that we did that was we just believe we finished was to find a location that would be best suited for an elevator that would help the largest number of people. So and the part of the problem was a lot of locations already have some sort of elevator access, but there's still a ton of businesses that don't have access to the second floor. So the first thing we had to do was find a not-for-profit preferably not-for-profit organization that needed elevator access, and then get their approval to put it to get an elevator in there, and then work with them to crowdfund the elevator. And then he will come up with a story behind it as to why, what the benefits of society are. And so those range from everywhere from because we are putting in a better elevator and not just a regular elevator, our elevator specifically benefits society because there will be less service calls, so there'll be less calls to the police, less calls to the firemen to come and save people out of elevators, because that happens, I think, 1,400 times a year in Ontario, just as the numbers that I remember out of my head. So that is what the benefits are, and then the other economic benefits out of that is if people have access to the second floor of whatever location this is, it brings people into there, and it brings business into there. So there's this whole social economics piece that goes to this as
It's a
well.
win-win.
Right, it's a win-win for everybody, and we are just facilitating that as well. So that's the broad scope of the project, and he can get into way more details than I can, because it's his idea. I just have the elevator, and he's like, we could do this, and I'm like, you say so?
Yeah. However, there is a one
So-
missing. There's a one missing component on this. I don't want to sound negative. Okay. I love
dude,
you.
you can, I'm as negative as you are. I don't see how this thing will fly.
The
But
question
because-
is
So th-
why people donate money.
Yeah.
This is the biggest question.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering too.
Yeah. So why people donate money? Because we talk about this crowdfunding and we forgot one thing. Why people donate money?
Feel
There are
contribution.
multi levels.
psychological
Are you talking about altruism?
But before that, there are people who donate big money and people who donate little money. That's right. So people who donate little money, why they donate little money?
Because they want to see an idea succeed,
Yep. Yep.
Feel good?
Yep.
and they want to be.
Because they love you.
Yeah.
That's it.
Because what?
They love you. Like your mom, my sister, whatever.
Yeah, your family,
They
your
love me.
friends.
They support me.
Personal.
Personal.
Personal support.
That's right.
Yeah.
Or they have a pain point and they are so stressed underneath and they spend money for it.
That's why breast cancer research runs and stuff work, right? At that level.
Yes, because it's still little money.
Yeah.
The big money, why people donate big money?
So those are the two that we're feeding off, by the way, for the
It doesn't matter. Just
Okay, yeah.
why people donate big money?
Tax advantage.
That's it.
No, it's more than that.
No. When somebody putting $10 million or $1 million
Yeah.
donation because they need to have a tax receipt to tax their taxes.
So can I contribute to that?
It's just 80% of people doing that. And if anybody will come and say they need to feel good about their contributions, it's just the cover because they need the tax advantage. Your contributions.
So quite often, like Meals on Wheels, there's buses that are purchased or donated by families in memory of somebody else, right? So if somebody has a plaque or
How much do they donate?
a lot, I think. I don't know. I've never been in that category.
No. Anybody putting more than $1,000, it has to be tax related. And you can look at that from the following. When they will actually give the money. Like the Schulich schools around the world,
Yeah.
because he basically gives the money and he gets tax benefits. That's it.
But he also gets his name.
He gets his name, which is to feed his ego. But the one who approached them, there was actually a statement said somewhere, why you pay taxes, why you don't pay taxes and help others, or why you don't save on taxes and help others. This is one of these messages was somewhere. So if you understand these donation things, people to love me, they have to know me. So the crowdfunding will be fully workable if people can know you. That's why majority of the crowdfunding, if you have a cause and people will know you, who basically are your network, they will donate.
Yep.
And they will donate $5, $10, $25, $100.
Yep. And then yep.
Go ahead.
No, that's exactly like his first question to me was how many people I know on Facebook, how many people I know on LinkedIn, and he basically he was doing something on his computer. He was plugging it into whatever these economics people do, and he says, "Yeah, we can do this," based on the numbers that I have. Then you take the numbers I have. You take the numbers that my partners have, like Nam, Josh, Joel. You take all the numbers that all these people have, and you plug it in, and he figures it'll work.
But this
I'm as skeptical as you. Don't get me wrong.
This will
But I'm not gonna
raise.
stand in the way of this. If this dude wants to help me get it, then I'm gonna completely back it and let's see what happens.
I know,
So-
but this will raise one point.
Okay.
How many of our friends on LinkedIn or on Facebook are willing to support us? How many of us will go to beg their mom and their dads and their brothers and their sisters to cover up their business or to invest in their business? And how many conversations you have on how many soul dinners, and how many times we have been kicked out from the house because they don't want to talk about this topic, and how many. If you laugh, you understand this life scenario. That's right. So, when you look at this crowdfunding, it's a great concept. It works very well when you have like hurricanes and different stuff, because people are in the same pain, and they donate little money. They are also in some areas where people have love, they show love. It's very rare for people to pay them for getting services back. Like there are so many people trying to say you can buy a lifetime access to the restaurant, or you can buy a free drink lifetime by just giving some money. This stuff has a very moderate success rate. This is my 2 cents on your crowdfunding.
Oh no, I hear you. So the first one we're mostly going for the bottom one, but another just as a complete aside that we haven't even started yet. The second one we're actually thinking about doing the tax bracket donate thing, because you can do a crowdfunding now where I can offer shares into my company, and then as long as the shares that you get, as long as the dividends that I give you back are greater than the tax return that you'll get from the government, that's your motivation to donate to my. Why not? Class D shares or whatever?
No.
Anyways, I'll let you can argue with my.
No, because you basically you lost basically you lose control.
Yeah.
No, you don't. It's a Class D share
No.
that has no vote and it's only for the dividend
Under
purposes.
minority shareholders, there's some terms for it. No, you don't get people shares in early companies if you don't know them.
Okay.
Is it-
Anyways, you can talk to the economics.
Anyway,
I'm just telling you.
Anyway,
These are the ideas for crowdfunding. That
I
we
believe
have
this is a
that-
sideways discussion from crowdfunding, but I don't know. This is just some discussion about how we can raise money. Because
Yep.
I do crowdfunding for a different reason. I do crowdfunding for only having the word out.
Right, and yeah,
That's it.
absolutely.
That's it.
It's a marketing.
So if you want to
goal
say I
here.
want to be for a marketing support and people awareness, I'm doing it. It doesn't cost me much. I'm doing. I do it as long as it does not distract my business. So for my books or for my anything else I'm doing right now, I can run a couple of crowdfunding campaigns. Do I expect to get money from them? The answer is no. Okay.
What if you approached it like putting an elevator in a non-profit building will allow access to people who have handicaps?
How many of us donate to the church, and the mosque, and the citadel, and the synagogue, and wherever you pray? How many of us donate on a regular basis? Not everybody. Okay. And
Don't
if
need
there,
everybody, you just need a small portion.
if there are everybody's doing it, people will not stand and call for donations. That's right. And how many of us will do it regularly without being called for donation? Yeah, we are good, man. This is
No,
all.
I mean, I'm just
This is
you're
all what
asking
I can
questions.
tell you because when I stand for the family foundations and I do fundraising for them, it's tough. It's tough to get people to pay you money. It's very tough.
You have to set the kids out.
You know. So I don't know. I think we killed it. Let's just go.
It's a project. I'll let you know how it happens because I mean we're going ahead with it, so we'll see what happens.
No, that's good. We are here to reevaluate and rethink about everything we do. You know, I'm not here to decide on anybody we have. But
The other thing is there any downside to going ahead with the project? That's what I was thinking.
yeah, there are.
Okay.
There are.
Well, there's
If you come and say there is no downside at your stage right now, you are fooling yourself. Because the most valuable things we have and we cannot replicate is what?
Time.
It's time. Time, effort, and focus. These are the 3 things where we can drive any business. If I have the time, I have the focus, and I do the effort, what will happen? I will either have results or I can change the focus to have better results. That's right. So if you come and say it's time, how long will it take? Like for my crowd campaigns, it took me like a couple of hours. That's it, because I'm trained and expert in some areas. It didn't take me much. If it will take me 3 days, will I do it? Most probably not, because I don't have, in the days I live, I don't have 3 days available. That's right. So you have to be aware of time, effort, and focus.
But I also think if with your campaign, what if I donate and the project doesn't go ahead, and so what do you do with the money then? And you know, where people might feel very offended, you know, that they give you money and then, you know, the project doesn't go ahead.
Right, the project will go ahead. The location that we're actually getting, he believes if we do come up short on the crowdfunding campaign, that he will be able to get the money from other sources. So
Okay.
one way or the other, the project gets done.
So this is not a crowdfunding project. This is a way to sell one elevator. If somebody will come and give you these guarantees, That's if whatever will happen, it means this is a way to sell one elevator. Okay? Can we pick up somebody else milestones, please? Any volunteer who would like to discuss it as a group? Daryl, you wanna?
Yep, tonight I'm meeting with my workshop mentor at 6:30. So he's done successful workshops across North America, and he's going to help me with my program outline.
Okay.
I have my workbook here, and then I'm developing my program into 4 chapters. So as part of the book, it's 16 chapters. So the first part of the program is self. The second is values. Third is business and technologies to help entrepreneurs that are currently not in a business start their business and go through the program. And so I have to develop an online program that's 16 weeks in 4 parts. So that's what I have to do in the next 9 days. And have a landing page and content. I have another friend that does social media, Debbie Peck in Vancouver, for social media funnels and generate lists as well, which I might do. I don't know if I'll do that right away. I just want to do 2 small seminars first to develop an online workshop, sorry. So 2 seminars, develop online workshop by the next 9 days.
I like that.
Yeah? But I don't know the little pieces because I've never done it before. That's why I'm a mentor I'm meeting with tonight because I never actually figured it out.
So basically, in the seminar structure,
Yeah.
there is a place here where you have to sell the workshop.
Yeah, so I started working last night on a program product sheet, but I'm learning what not to say, what you just said today about the product and the benefit and how to tie it.
Yeah, so if you can set up this particular part.
Because the problem I have is I have 3 different things, like you say. So I have small business people who I help grow their business, and then I have entrepreneurs who I help start businesses, which are 2 different things, but I both help them increase sales and increase clients. So I need to have one message, which is the problem I have, because I deal with 3 different groups of people. I deal with startup CEOs who want to develop their sales strategy, and I help them with sales systems and software systems.
So who out of these have money?
The startup CEOs and the small business owners that are tanking, that need help with a quick turnaround.
Okay, so you basically will need to craft your message for these people who have money.
Yeah, because the other ones are just trying to help because they don't have any work or business, so I can help them as a gratis just to get exposure or just to have another reference.
So usually when you do these workshops, you have to start from the benefit of the workshops and what are you offering, and then you go back, and this will feed the seminar.
Okay. Because I started to meet the last 3 days with three business owners who actually have money. They just need help to expand their client base. So they want to increase their client base. They're just newer to Calgary. They have business in other cities, but they want help expanding in Calgary. So I have connections to help them expand in Calgary.
And this will be in this program, or this will be on one-on-one?
See, that's the thing. I like doing both, but I have to get it down.
You cannot do both. You cannot do both.
Exactly.
You cannot do both.
So I have to focus on this program. That's my goal.
You cannot do both.
Keep putting it off. Keep putting it off. Yeah.
You cannot do both.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you cannot do.
So I'm trying to figure
I
out.
cannot tell you this when we meet another venues, but here in this venue is just.
Yeah.
I always feel secure and safe to speak. What's the experience? You cannot do both. You have to do one.
So I'm trying to figure out how to do the workshop and then get clients to do one-on-one after the workshop.
It can be.
That way.
In
Just
our product
high.
sheet, there is a product line, a product map like this.
Yeah.
Each one of these ticks is one product.
Right.
This is the highest one.
Right.
And this highest one, the largest number of clients, or the whatever, how you want to clarify it. And this is the upselling element. So if you can structure everything here, your workshops will come here. Your seminars might come here.
Yeah.
And here will be your 16 weeks program. And here can be whatever, extra VIP or one-on-one. But if you cannot structure it in this way,
Yeah.
you are basically going into cycles.
Yeah.
And be careful of one thing. There are people outside, and you have to be very precise on that.
Yeah.
Don't listen to people who did not build it before.
Right.
And people who come to you and say, oh, let's just do the website here, let's do this thing, let's do these things.
I've been down that road years
You
ago.
get these advices, and the problem with applying a wrong advice or a wrong suggestions is you lose time, you lose effort, you lose focus because you lose interest.
Yeah.
You have to tune your ear to listen to only people who can show you how this can evolve. Unfortunately, when we start this path, people get frustrated. They found somebody who addressed their frustration, and they just say, "Oh, now let's do this now. Let's do." We had people here around this table before. They had 4 versions of websites, and now they are going for the 6th version. And I will meet them 3 years from now in the same location. I met so many people like that. Like in my journey with Win Your Brand, there are people who came here. I said, "You know what, guys? It's okay. Now you cannot work together. You go do your own thing, and I will see you again in 2 years." As a matter of fact, one of them, I saw her in a restaurant the other day. And how's your business? Oh, she's still where she is. She didn't move far because she basically got the wrong advice. There are so many people in town, they say the wrong stuff, and people listening to them, and God bless them. 2 years later on, they come back to me.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah.
So these things has to have forms, has to have questionnaires, has to have tools. You don't force yourself to answer all the questions, but you know you are aware of the questions. So if you plan to have the workshop, you should at least have an idea of these lines, and you should be able to add to. You will find this whole structure will come automatically because you do have these other pieces.
Yeah, I need to see your product page. It's going to help a lot.
Okay.
And,
Yeah, but this is the idea. Like, because I know people get it from the other side. Let's do a website. Okay, website. What's your service? Oh, I don't know. I want to do 1, 2, 3, 4. These are 4 different services. Can we just focus it into one?
Yeah, that's what I have to do.
And people say, oh no, you know what? No, but we want to do that. And they say, oh, we have been heard, and we had so many people helping us. Yeah, go take help from them. If you want a system to scale, it must have these pieces. My format might not be the ultimate format, but my format is a standard, is a starting format. You can always change.
Yeah, awesome.
Okay. Any more volunteers?
I just would like to speak to that.
Sure, go ahead.
Because my feeling there in my own career has been, I do like doing a lot of things, and sometimes I'm not sure where to focus and what to do because there's multitude of things I like doing, and I'm also not aware if I was to offer a workshop, if I'd like that format or not, or if I'm gonna like one-on-ones better. So I always find that I'm doing that same dance of almost just for a self-fulfillment side of it, of I'm not sure where I want to be or who I want to be in my business yet until I try it.
Yeah, and when you practice any of these ideas, I don't want to use the word to try, I want to use the word practice. You have to practice for 6 times or for 6 weeks or on a 6 people. Use the 6 as a generic number. Because when we do one thing, if I don't have 6 customers in my business, I will just try to, or I will just switch the business to something else. Because if I want to do one thing and it did not work, what will happen? I keep doing it for 2nd time, for 3rd time, for 4th time, for 5th time, for 6th time. By number 6 trial, I will learn if this system will go forward or it need to change. That's why when you say, I want to do these dances, keep dancing for 6 hours. Or keep dancing for 6 weekends. Or keep dancing for 6 weeks. You must have some continuation till you figure out after the 6 trials how you want to switch it to something else. If you give up after the first practice, it will not be fair to you. However, we agreed here before that there are 8 types of activities you can make money around it. There are 44 formats. That's it. Why there are 8 types? Because people in business, people in education, people in pedagogies, people in whatever they do, they said these are the only 8 types of making money. When we put our wheel of income here, which I'm not sure how strategic this was, when we put this wheel of income, we say these are the streams. These are the only streams where people can make money. I cannot go through all of these streams in my life. because I will be filthy rich. Or sorry, I will waste all of my time. Usually you go to like 3 to 4 of these streams. So there are people who make lots of money from books. Like Canfield and these people, they made lots of money from books. Do they really want to do training? Do they really want to do one-on-one? That's right. There are people who made lots of money in one-on-one. There are people who make lots of money. But conceptually, are the only sources. You cannot do more than that or less than that. So these formats have been sought after. There are 44 ways to change people's behavior or to give them education. That's it. Why there are 44 techniques? Because schools of pedagogies, when they study education since 1957, they came up with these 44 formats. Each one has an outcome, each one has an impact, each one has an effectiveness. Group learning is one of them. Individual one-on-one learning is one of them. Classroom setting is another one. Drama is a third one. Doing a debate, doing a guest speaker, doing so many of them. So this kind of science exists already. Unfortunately, when you go and talk to people, they are not aware of the science. They just try to see, they see somebody else did it. Oh, let's do it, let's show you, because this guy, I know what he's doing, I can re-articulate his messages. And this is where we get into the problem. Okay? So there are only 8 ways, and if you look at this structure of workshops, seminars, or what I call it info products or information selling is only 8 ways. Workshop is one of them, seminars is one of them. To close message is workshop online or in person. It doesn't matter. A seminar online or person. Seminar online means webinar, but still in the same class. Is it in a virtual classroom or in a person classroom or it doesn't matter. But there are 8 formats, that's it. There is nothing else. If you want to invent the wheel, don't reinvent the wheel. What you need to do is just use your focus, your skill set into fitting your knowledge into one of these frameworks. And this is what we are showing here, that's right. Other than that, you are basically trying to do extra effort for unnecessary, in my opinion.
So the formats are like workshops, seminars, webinars.
Yeah. There are
Can you
8.
Name all 8?
We have, it's in one of the online programs. All the 8 in details.
I beg your pardon?
In one of my online courses, the 8 are very well articulated. Which I think it's Win Your Program. This was the course name. It has all the details there. So when you consider this kind of structures, you can now understand why do you need to have a page, why do you need to have. You wanna step in?
I
Or
do.
If you are not ready, it's okay.
No, what I want to do is to do it properly. And I feel the way I can do it properly is, with your permission, I would like 5 minutes to actually explain what I do and then get everybody's feedback on how to move forward.
Sure.
But I would like to do that after the break,
Okay.
if that's okay.
Okay. So you wanna have a break? Okay. We have 10 minutes before the break. Anybody wants to volunteer? You wanna?
So, so my muscle testing workshop is a means to filling my other workshops.
Yep.
So, so my understanding is now design the program first. And
So what you are
the feature, do the
just-
feature and benefits.
Just for our understanding, so you already have your own workshops.
Yes.
And what you're trying to do now is you try to come here on a different angle and have the muscle test workshop.
Yeah.
Okay, so she has her own Psyche workshop, and then behind that there is an advanced levels and there is one-on-one. And she feeds that using one-on-one sessions and some kind of seminars, some kind of keynote speaking and stuff like that. And she has a website. So What Mariana's trying to do now is she's trying to come back and say, you know what, I can feed people here using a different set of workshops. Do you guys can see it?
Is that a feature then?
This is not a feature. This is just the new program she is launching, and the new program will be feeding the upselling from this program will be feeding her mainstream offer.
So is that what you call a funnel in? Or
This will be a funnel in, yeah. This whole a funnel in.
are you asking if this is a good idea or?
No, I'm asking if you can get it.
Yeah.
Because if you cannot get it, it means you will have hard time selling it.
Oh, I see.
Okay. Okay. So this will be February 27.
27.
So is there an offer in muscle testing workshop?
Yeah, yeah. So a $97, and then you can bring a friend for free.
Okay. And how does that work into the main offer?
Well, so muscle testing is part of the main workshops. So so having, you know, it's sort of a, you know, you get a little taste of it. And then
Why wouldn't that be a seminar then, in the main line?
yeah, it could be a seminar in the main.
Because it's a different version. The seminars here are different. They target different audience, and they have different messages.
So you would take the steps that were successful in that first launch, call it, and replicate it with the messaging for this through that same process of what worked.
It's her program. She has to answer, not me.
Mhm. Say that again.
So, based on your experience and what you've done already, you would go back through that, see where your results were and where your audience came from or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
then just replicate that into your next funnel inward
Mm-hmm.
with the right messaging. After you
So
define
so
the
you know,
product.
99% of my people come from my website, and they come to Dr. Bruce Lipton, and so they come from all over. But I get very few people from Calgary, so I would like to get more people from Calgary, and then you know, people who are, there's a lot of people interested in muscle testing on its own, but they don't know what to do with it. You know, you can learn it, but then what do you do with it? So my goal is at the end of the workshop to have an offer into the main workshop.
Mariana, what does muscle testing actually do for a person?
Well, the muscle, you know, you're getting in touch with your intuition, with your higher self, with higher levels, you know, higher consciousness. So
You have to accept what she's saying as true, okay?
No, but
No, we
you
always.
told me that you start with
Yeah.
what is the big picture? How
Because
does it apply to me, or how does it feel
for
to me?
for people like I came from the other alternative, this alternative, okay? So there are people of us they don't appreciate holistic earth and holistic approaches for things, you know, and these are the logic people, and there's other hard people, and hard people are much more in the market than logic people, okay? So I came from other way to this way. I converted this way, so that's why I'm saying like try to limit the questions, because there are people who pay money for this work because this work is brilliant and it helps people. It really impacts people's life, you know. So this is what she's trying to do. The question will be is what is the motive there, and she said that the motive is she find out that people are interested in muscle testing. So muscle testing will be a message which resonates more to get more people toward her workshops.
So explain, as Micah said, explain how it differs from a seminar along the main line.
I don't know.
Okay.
That's new to me that it is a sort of a sideline.
Because the seminar in the first line will be people coming through chakras and through other stuff. They are coming towards Site K.
Right.
They are
understand
not,
that.
this is a different application. If you guys wants to
So then,
position,
going back to one of the very initial arguments, are you in Psych K or are you in the memory
in the muscle testing,
muscle testing?
is an application to Site K.
So I would see it as like as the package 1, package 2, package 3,
Mhm.
whereby the muscle testing is package 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how I see it more too.
Okay, guys. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
so when
good.
you took it to the second tangent, I'm going, why?
Okay. So just forget about the second tensions then, and just let's have it as one. I have no.
Because it builds upon her credibility. All of a sudden, you do the
Right.
muscle test and go, wow,
It's
that's
part of it.
because I've done muscle testing, so I understand it. And I'm going, that's a good lead. And then I want to know more. Mariana obviously is onto something. I appreciate the muscle testing. What more can Mariana teach me? Right? So I
Yeah.
see that as a build up to this.
Okay.
thing.
So if you guys want to position it here, it's okay too. Just I'm not.
Mariana, do you have a different seminar running too? Or would that be your seminar?
I don't have a different seminar, no.
You have workshops
I have
on the lead
workshops.
systems.
Yeah, I have
And those are
workshops.
very intensive.
Yeah.
So what seminar leads up to your workshop right
I
now?
don't have a seminar.
Oh, you don't
No,
have
you
anything?
have the presentation you gave in different places.
Yeah.
Yeah,
small
she
pre-
has a form of a small seminar. Because I saw her in a few places, like 20 to 45 minutes introduction, which is her seminar. She did not run it on her own, but she usually run it as a part of another program. So somebody will fill the room and she will go there and just give this 20 minutes,
Oh,
you know. So she has a seminar,
okay.
which is different than the muscle testing.
Yeah, because if I like this with the 2 lines, because you mentioned before with the funnel, you're funneling in from the website, but was there on that funnel, was there a seminar and
No.
No.
workshop
No.
or not? Because if there would have been a workshop which was announced online, then this would be a different funnel than the other one now with the muscle testing. One would be online, the other one would be get me the crowd from Calgary, right?
I heard that too, just from what you said, that the audience you want is more in Calgary, so that might be off track from that initial baseline.
So you see, the minute we start to put some lines, graphs, there are people agree, people disagree, and people disagree and then change their mind to agree, okay? These discussions are very healthy, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's very healthy because it helps you try to position what you offer.
So, but the chakra reading, isn't that another line then?
It would be
Right,
another line.
Right.
Yeah,
And or package
yeah.
Yeah.
to be accountable.
So I would actually see it as 3, now that I'm understanding better the scope of it, I would see it as 3 lines all leading into one
Yes.
Right.
one
Yeah.
workshop.
So she has a direct subscription from the website right away.
Yeah.
She has a pass where she will go like what you did in
Go with the line.
Brilliance Connections, and people will come after it. And there is another pass which you want to launch a new workshop
Yep.
to lead it. You know, you can see it in this way.
Yeah, I agree with that now.
Okay.
Yep.
Other way to see it is this activity can lead to a jump.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
this can be like this, and you can do it however you want to do. But the most important thing for me is you have in your mind some clarity that you can funnel people, you can invite people through different steps.
Or you could put on the same line and have 3 different seminars to choose from on that one line.
I would put
Seminar
3.
one,
I
seminar-
wouldn't put 3 because it would be too much. I'll put 3, and I will run graphs. I will run arrows which pass will be. So I will put different 3. Like this will be one pass,
Right,
and this will be one pass.
right.
I can do it in this way.
You don't think she could use the same line?
She can, but she has to figure out what are the different steps for people to come through.
Right.
And when you figure out the steps will be translated to what? To a marketing material, a signing sheet forms, a landing pages, different features, different benefits. All the material we talk about, the product specification,
That's why I need the separate
has
lines.
to be
Yeah.
reworked out. If you don't, if you filled yours and you need a blank ones, let me know. I can prepare a blank one package for you. It's not a big deal. If you don't see it in this way, there is no shortcut.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there is no shortcut. Because people will come and say, oh, we have to rework this again. Yes. Yes. You know, unfortunately, I have no other answers. And if you don't need to rework it again, you put yourself back into the risk of not having clarity of what you do. Does it make sense? Do you want to have a break now for 10 minutes?
Copyright 2017 Win Your Brand. All rights reserved. This video is subject to copyright owned by Win Your Brand. Any reproduction or republication of all or part of this video is expressly prohibited, unless Win Your Brand has explicitly granted its prior written consent. All other rights reserved.